I'm Shaylee Joy. I'm publishing my debut novel, December 2025. Let's get into an editing vlog. Good morning. It is not Monday. It's Wednesday, the 3rd of September. I'm about to head to the cafe that I typically write at to do some edits. So at the moment I am doing the very tedious task of accepting and rejecting edits done by an editor that I found via Fiverr. My experience so far is I'm not loving it, only because there's so many, as in I think I said in a previous vlog there's 7,000. But also I noticed 7,000 words are missing from the manuscript also, so it was an 83,000 word manuscript. It is now 75 something. That's a lot of words to remove, especially after it's already been through like critiques and beta reading stuff. I'm a little bit worried kind of going through it, especially because I've noticed some errors have been introduced, like capital letters in the middle of sentences, and where this editor has deleted one of my words and added a better one, but then I've already used that word at the end of the sentence, so now I have to just fix the whole sentence. I don't know, if you've hired an editor for like an 80k plus manuscript before, let me know if this is how it's supposed to be. I've had editors before for shorter manuscripts, like when I was doing children's books and that sort of thing, so I know what it feels like to have someone critique your work in that initial man, I don't want to do it, and then you kind of do it anyway and end up with a better manuscript. But I'm not sure. In some cases it feels over-edited, but also the fact that errors have introduced this person's feedback did have one other person comment on that, as I submitted a 2,000 word sample to 3 of the editors that I'd like shortlisted on Fiverr, and this person's communication was just the best. So she delivered when she said she would. She was really clear on like what she was doing and when, and out of the 3 she didn't do the best edit, she did the second best edit, because the third person just never got back to me. But the second person took about 5 weeks to do this sample edit, and then they had been meaning to do it within 2 weeks and they hadn't given me any updates or anything, so I can't work with that sort of communication style. So that's why I selected her. At this point, would I work with her again? Probably not, because it is still quite expensive. Even going through Fiverr, there is an editing company that I want to use, that some of my friends that are writers, that are full-time authors use, and it's about $600 more than what I pay. Just save a little bit longer next time. So I'm back from editing. I did about 2.5, I might have edited 3, 2.5 anyway, 2.5 to 3 chapters. It just takes a really long time. I think my my dominant feeling is like a big question mark. I'm just confused. I feel confused if this is supposed to be the process of editing a manuscript of this size. Like I said, because I haven't done it before, and I have spoken to friends that do get edits regularly, but they're just more experienced authors than me, and so the quality of the manuscripts they're giving their editors is obviously a lot higher than what I'm giving, and so I'm like, maybe this is very normal for a debut author, but it just feels like a lot has changed. In some cases, like, I'm feeling very negative about the edits that I got back, and then I'm always forcing myself to question myself because I don't want to like come from my ego, and you know, I'm just always careful to be someone who's always learning and who can take criticism, because that's how I will grow. And so I think it's natural that I feel that a bit of a, you know, skin pricking discomfort that my work is being changed or deleted in some cases. And then there's like also the part of me that really wants to maintain my voice and my character's voice. And so part of me is going through this editing process, like with the chapters I was just doing, where I'm kind of like, I'll be accepting edits and I'm like, wow, that really is worded better now. Like, and I'm like, yes. And some of them I'm just like, no, if I delete that, then XYZ doesn't make sense. Or yeah, if I accept that, then now I have to change the end of the sentence. Or why the hell is there a capital letter in the middle of the sentence now? Because there's been some errors introduced, it makes me feel distrustful of this editor because I haven't used her before. I'm not going to mention names because I don't think that's a kind thing to do, and it's not a terrible experience. And I could absolutely go back to this person and say, hey, a bunch of, you know, errors have been introduced. I could definitely go back to this person and I'm sure she would say, oh, let me fix that. The thing is, now that I know that there's all these errors in there that I'm having to go fix, even if I did that, I would still feel the need to go through the entire document line by line again because I don't trust her anymore. For me, yeah, I'm like, I don't want to do this again. I have questions for you guys. Like, have you hired an editor before? Have you hired through Fiverr? And what was your experience? Like, did you have an experience like this? I'm really looking forward to getting book 2 edited. I'll choose a different editor for book 2, and then I'll be able to compare. Perhaps for my own peace of mind that I'm getting what I'm supposed to be getting. It's just better to save longer. It's hard though. Like, if you haven't watched my previous videos, I said that I have written 3 books over the last year and a half because I wanted to write 3 books before I started publishing them. I just kind of wanted to have that, I guess, head start on myself. Also, I don't want to go into debt to publish my books. So I've been saving, and you know, single parent, work part-time, you can only save little bits at a time. And so I really needed the time that I have taken in order just to save, to have these edited and covers done and all the other bits that come into publishing, like, you know, formatting software and website hosting and all of that jazz. I am going to go and sort out my mini humans room because we moved into this house like literally 2.5 weeks ago, and I feel like her room's been a little bit neglected, so I want to set that up so it feels a bit more comfortable for her. I want to finish another 1 to 1.5 chapters of what I've been editing today. Bren passed away. This lovely friend, it was expected but not so early, and so we have his funeral tomorrow. But it'll be nice to see him off. If you read this book that I'm editing, there's a character in there inspired by him. Isn't life just like a series of happy endings and dark moments just flowing through? That's the existential thought I'm going to leave us on.